This is called bait. Today I discovered the horrible dark secret of escalators and other things. Anomalies like popcorn strung on a string along the electric transit route. A puzzling day made of many bits of poems, crumbs of light, discarded castaways of a retired feast, flickering Chinese lanterns. Just last year, I bragged to my friend of how I had ridden the escalator to the end without lifting my feet. I usually do a little leap, necessitated by a fiction preserved from childhood and my ill-founded fear of being sucked into the escalator, or at the very least, terribly maimed by the tight metal lips and teeth at the escalator's long mouth. I planted my feet, closed my eyes, and surfed across without incident. Then this morning, I discovered station workers had removed all the steps from the same escalator that had hosted my daring stunt, and the absence of stairs exposed a deep black hole, a shaft beneath the escalator, and at the end of it, far below the escalator's mouth, a large pile of pea yellow newspaper, discarded transit tickets, a sad, semi-digested heap of several suits of children's colorful clothes. It was too early for my train, so I sat outside the Chinese fast food stand, which hadn't opened yet, but exuded the fragrance of freshly fried food and spice through the slightly open door, when from across the station, a large man of 65 or so sloughed towards me and announced, "Sir, sometimes they are nice to me, sir. They're in the Chinese food stand and they give me extra lemon chicken. But when this happens, sir, I can't help but weeping for joy, sir. So they stopped giving me extra chicken, sir." As he spoke, he began to weep. Huge splashing blue tears, a Yukon rainstorm with drops as big as buckets. His sobbing astonished me. He spoke through his precipitations. "Sir, as you can see, I'm very sensitive, and so I've never been able to marry. But I went to a website called Plenty of Fish, and 100 Caucasian women and 50 Asian women answered my ad, even though I'm old, sir, older than you, and very sensitive, sir. So when I arranged to meet my catch of the day, I wept within seconds of sitting down at the cafe table. My date abruptly excused herself and disappeared. I keep weeping, sir." Then my train arrived. So I circumnavigated the predatory escalator and left the man who wept waiting for chicken, and later I saw a large golden dragon on top of a Buddhist temple near Pender Street. And there were 2 fat black crows resting on the dragon's tail, watching the approach of a new rain from the west. I wondered what it all meant and why it was contained in just one day. Then to the Army and Navy store, where I bought a small casting crab trap and permitted myself to dream of standing on the long wooden pier in White Rock, large raindrops falling, a wind with a voice, a month with an R in it, whiskey in the bitter thermos coffee, casting one small net into the vast undulation of Semiahmoo, my trap, a wallflower at some slow dance of orange dungeness, through a theater of saline element, green ticker tape, scuttling sideways with the clear focus of appetite, drawn to the attractive presentation at the core of the net, the raw heart of delectable bait.